Hello and welcome to Repair Solutions Pro how-to video series. My name is Eli Saldana and
I'm Steve Caruso.
And in this video we're going to show the full diagnostic and repair process for DTC P0171 System 2 Lean Bank 1 on a 2014 Chevy Cruze. Now, after gathering that information, perform an initial inspection for any obvious mechanical issues such as torn inlet boots, missing or broken vacuum tees, exhaust leaks at the exhaust manifold and pipes, exhaust leaks around the oxygen sensor or catalytic converter. Now, you also want to check for low incorrect fuel supply, possible vacuum leaks, inspect the oxygen sensor, mass airflow sensor, or any obvious visible defects. Next, refer to the service manual or any applicable TSP for any additional diagnostic information before you continue. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and scan for codes and continue the investigation.
Once a visual inspection is complete, put the key in the key on, engine off position and use the scan tool to check for codes. In this case, we have DTC P0171 indicating a lean condition in bank 1, meaning it's either too much air or not enough fuel in the mixture. Then check the freeze frame data, review the service history, and look for any related TSBs. Now, let's take a closer look at what could be causing this code.
Now, for P0171, there are several possible causes, including vacuum, intake air, exhaust, evap, crankcase ventilation system leak, faulty MAP sensor, that sort of thing. If any other trouble codes are stored, make sure you diagnose and repair those first. Do not continue troubleshooting this code until all related faults have been corrected and taken care of.
If any other trouble codes are stored, diagnose and repair those first. Do not continue troubleshooting this code until all related faults have been corrected. Step 1. PCV inspection. Start by listening for a high-pitched noise coming from the PCV valve. If you don't hear any noise, proceed to Step 2. If you do hear a noise, remove the dipstick and listen again. If the noise becomes quieter, continue to the next check. Place a piece of tissue over the PCV vent port. If the tissue gets pulled against the port, replace the valve cover assembly. Step 2. Long-term fuel trim, or LTFT, test. First, let the engine to reach normal operating temperature. Then, run the vehicle under the same conditions shown in the freeze frame data. Monitor both the short-term and long-term fuel trim values. Under normal conditions, both readings should stay between -10% and +10%, with 0% being the ideal target, at idle and around 2,000 to 2,500 RPM. In this case, the short-term and long-term fuel trim values remain high at idle, so the next step is to inspect the intake system for possible vacuum leaks. However, if the fuel trim values exceed the normal range at 2,000 to 2,500 RPM, inspect the MAF sensor operation, fuel quality, and the fuel delivery system for potential issues. To check for possible vacuum leaks, we'll use a smoke machine. First, disconnect the intake duct near the throttle body. Next, install the smoke machine adapter and make sure the system is properly sealed. Once everything is set up, turn on the smoke machine and allow smoke to fill the intake system. Then, inspect the system for any signs of smoke escaping. Here we found that the intercooler is leaking. You can see smoke from there. We've confirmed that the intercooler hoses are leaking, so we're going to replace them. Follow these step-by-step instructions and remember to wear the appropriate PPE throughout the procedure. There are two primary hoses in the charge air cooler system. The inlet hose, which is hot side, located in the upper left area of the engine bay. This hose routes high temperature, compressed air from the turbocharger outlet to the charge air cooler. The outlet hose, which is cold side, located on the opposite side of the charge air cooler. This hose routes cooled air from the intercooler outlet to the engine's throttle body. First, remove the charge air cooler outlet hose. Disconnect the turbocharger pressure sensor electrical connector. Then loosen the clamp and disconnect the charge air cooler outlet hose from the throttle body. Raise the vehicle and remove the lower engine cover for access. Unclip and disconnect the charge air cooler outlet hose from the charge air cooler. We are going to remove the charge air cooler inlet hose. Loosen the hose clamp and disconnect the charge air cooler inlet hose from the turbocharger and unlock the quick connector at the charge air cooler. Raise the vehicle for access if necessary. Remove the charge air cooler inlet hose from the vehicle. Let's install the charge air cooler outlet hose, cold side intercooler hose. 1. Connect the hose to the charge air cooler and secure it in its retaining clip. Next, connect the hose to the throttle body and tighten the hose clamp. Lower the vehicle and reconnect the turbocharger pressure sensor electrical connector. Next, install new charge air cooler inlet hose, hot side intercooler hose. Start by connecting the hose to the charge air cooler until you hear the quick connector click into place. Lower the vehicle, then connect the hose to the turbocharger and tighten the hose clamp securely. 3. Install the lower engine cover, lower the vehicle, and close the hood. After replacing the faulty component, go ahead and perform a repair validation and check that the replaced parts fix the concern. Once the repair is complete, follow the steps to confirm the fuel system is operating properly. Repair validation is going to be clearing the diagnostic trouble codes, freeze frame data, and I&M readiness data stored in the vehicle's computer using the scan tool. With the vehicle in the key-on engine running condition, perform the trip cycle for the fuel system monitor. Make sure that the monitor icon is showing green-gray, which means it's enabled, and then follow the trip cycle shown in the scan tool or perform the drive cycle outlined in the service manual or emissions guide. This allows the OBD system to recheck the fuel system operation. After completing the trip or the drive cycle, use the scan tool to check the I&M readiness monitor status, along with any pending or confirmed DTCs. If no code is present and the I&M readiness status is green, meaning complete, the repair is complete.
Anyhow, this concludes our full repair and diagnostic process for the DTC P0171 on a 2014 Chevy Cruze. Thanks a lot for watching, and for more videos, please visit us at pro.repairsolutions.com.